Hello everyone and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Leo for 2024, the year of the wooden dragon. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the King of Swords, clarified by the Chariot. In the obstacle position, we have Strength, clarified by the King of Pentacles. In the advice from Spirit position, we have the Hanged Man, clarified by the Tower. Remember, this is the advice column. In the first part of 2024, you have the Eight of Pentacles, clarified by the Moon. And in the second part of 2024, you have the Fool, clarified by the Two of Cups. So let's get right into this spread. The King of Swords in the past position tells me that you were able to show leadership qualities because the King of Swords, he understands that power is great responsibility. He also operates from a place of logic and reasoning. He has strong kind of like a handle on control. He understands and appreciates discipline and structure because that helps him communicate very clearly to the point. And he sort of sits above the problems. The two birds kind of symbolize, you know, whatever issues may come up. His head, his crown is sort of above the clouds and above the birds because he's able to see long term. He's able to see the details. And so this tells me that in the past you were very good at communicating. You were very good at kind of representing authority in your circumstances and in your connections. You weren't very easily swayed either. You kind of stuck to your guns. And so this shows mastery of, you know, being able to create progress for yourself. You also have the Chariot in the clarifying position, which is great because the Chariot is all about determination and realizing that you need to focus and concentrate and not allow, you know, passing fleeting feelings to have an effect on your goals, on your ambitions. So this is definitely, this is something that makes you kind of ahead, above others. You're someone that understands what it takes. And so the divine here is reminding you to use these skills, to use that experience to your advantage in 2024 because you will need it. It's going to be a very chaotic year where the time is sort of speeding up, and so you have to be on point and very aware and alert in the present moment. Now, we do see that you may feel a little bit more tired than usual because you have the Strength card in the obstacle position, and so that does mean that maybe you are running short on patience. Maybe you're running short on courage because, you know, you've been through quite a bit of like quite a few events in the last 24 months especially. And so sometimes the kind of insecurities get the best of us. Sometimes the self-doubt starts to sink in and we start to believe it. And so, you know, it's important to also be aware that when you have the Strength card in the obstacle position, you know, you may be feeling judged by others, like you need to be doing more, and therefore that frustration sort of builds in and of itself, especially with the King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles likes to have a really nice outward appearance. So you may be focusing on sort of caring too much what others think about you, focusing focusing on what your outward appearance is and how, it comes across to other people. And so the divine here is saying you need to unburden yourself. You need to focus less on the outside and focus more on the internal disharmony that you may be experiencing going into 2024. Also, make sure you make really good financial decisions. Don't spend more money than is coming in. One large purchase very rarely is okay to do, but in 2024 you do want to make sure you are financially on point. You want to make sure you're financially smart and logical, and do what you need in order to take care of your basic necessities. Remember, the best way is always to simplify. The people that will win in the end are the ones that appreciate simplicity, appreciate simple approaches, simple ways of doing things and treating themselves. And so that's very important to be aware of. And this is why the advice from Spirit is the Hanged Man and the Tower. The Hanged Man is basically suggesting to look at things from a different perspective and to let go of beliefs or thoughts that kind of hold up your progress. You want to make sure that you only listen to positive frequencies, positive music, positive conversations that inspire you, that uplift you, that make you move forward, rather than who has what and, focusing on keeping up with your status and so on and so forth. You want to give up the illusion of control. You want to practice some spiritual rituals. You want to ground yourself, drink plenty of water, stare at a candle, meditate, do things that connect you with something bigger than yourself, because that will remind you of your true purpose, and that will remind you of the path that you need to be walking down. Because we are constantly bombarded with illusions in, fantasies through different media, through different social media, because the idea is to take the control away from you. When you're chasing a certain status or certain way that people will look at you, you're giving up true happiness, because at the end of the day, everyone is welcome and everyone has something to offer, and there's no need for status or to chase some illusion. I believe it was Jim Carrey who said, I wish everyone was able to have $1 million, or get to the point where they feel financially successful, because they'll see that it doesn't change their life as much as they think that it does. And so it's important to be aware of other perspectives in this life. And the Tower is in the clarifying position, kind of reinforces that point, which is let go of things that that may hold you back, or get rid of everything that is kind of pulling you down, emotionally, vibrationally, I should say. Because when you clear some of the unnecessary out of your life, you create room for growth and renewal and evolution and moving forward. Because the only way you can truly evolve is in the spiritual plane. Because this, physical existence, this journey of life, it is temporary. You are a spiritual being having a temporary human experience. So it is important to remember that the true treasure is what you learn, and you should try and make yourself accustomed, try and make yourself try and make yourself feel okay with discomfort. When you find comfort in the uncomfortable, that suggests that you've grown, you've matured, you understand the true wisdom of life. So embracing change, basically, is what I'm saying, actually gives you an advantage rather than a disadvantage. When you see change happening, if you are able to see the silver lining, you are already ahead by, many, many miles. Now, in the first part of 2024, we do see that you will be doing well financially, working hard and focusing on the details, and, following your passion and building your little empire, which is absolutely wonderful. Your standards are being raised as well, but we do see the moon in the clarifying position, and the moon signifies the unknown. The moon signifies that moment where we feel discomfort because we're not, super familiar with everything that's happening. And so it's important to remember that you don't want fear or the unknown to kind of get the upper hand, especially as it relates to your work, especially as it relates to your long-term security and abundance, this wonderful life that you're trying to build for yourself. Because the moon is actually there to give you a little bit of a test, so that you kind of reinforce your own resilience, so that you reinforce your own determination. The moon, is all about the subconscious and following our intuition. As long as you follow your intuition, Leo, in the first part of 2024, you will get to where you need to be. Now, in the second part of 2024, we have the Fool clarified by the Two of Cups. The Fool, of course, is like a card that signifies new beginning. You're setting out into, again, the unknown, but you're happy about it. And so remember to take a risk. Remember to take a chance on a connection, on a particular circumstance, because it will work out for you in the end. The Two of Cups in the clarifying position actually signifies a deep emotional bond with someone. It could be a friend, it could be a mentor, it could be a lover, it could be a business partner. But take a risk on this relationship, take a risk on this connection, because it will pay off for you in the end. Remember to stay emotionally open, because after living a little bit of life, sometimes we close our heart because we want to protect it, because we don't want to repeat something from the past. But it is important to remember, things stop repeating once you learn and truly see the situation for what it is. Then the repetition kind of comes to an end. So that is something to be aware of. But let's see what we can clarify with the Ancestor and Angel Oracle card that I pulled earlier. And we have Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. You're being exposed to information and insights that will have a dramatic healing effect upon your life. If you're working through something mentally or emotionally, know that there are spiritual energies supporting your healing. If you're working through something that is physically challenging, pay particular attention to information that's coming to you that feels inspired, insightful, and warm. It will be supportive of your wellness. Your angels are also reminding you that your natural state is one of wholeness, and you are on the road to revealing that wholeness once more. I also pulled a Shaman Stream Oracle card, and we have Unmarked Trail Revelation. This card, of course, very much relates to the Fool. You are called now to embark on a sacred journey. The Arthurian knights, in their quest for the Holy Grail, had to make sure sure to take an unmarked trail that no one had ever followed, or they would not accomplish their goal. Likewise, you must enter the darkest forest of your soul via a route as yet unidentified to find what you seek. The manicured paths will bring you only temporary pleasure and later great pain. The unmarked trail can be a sign that you have already made a choice, even if you do not know, even if you do not want to acknowledge it. Be at peace with what your heart knows to be true. Your heart has already been made up, and your mind will follow. Pack lightly, taking with you only essential beliefs that you know to be trustworthy under all circumstances. And remember, the universe has your back. I also pulled a Queen of the Moon Oracle card, and we have the Resilience card. The Resilience card is there to remind you that as you kind of go for your dreams and go for your, to follow your intentions, sometimes you will meet resistance. Or sometimes perhaps you'll make a mistake somewhere. This is where resilience and confidence and our inner strength will come into play. We might ask ourselves, how much do we really want what we're going for? Resilience is all about true power from the inside. Building your reserves of resilience will allow you to have the ability to stand strong and bounce back in case something kind of goes awry. Remember, every time that there are two types of decisions. There are decisions that you can make. Once you open the door, you may realize that's not where you want to be, and you just open another door and go back out, But there are other decisions where once you make a decision, you can't really, there's no door to open to get out of that decision. So those require more consideration and thoughtfulness. By and large, mistakes are able to be overcome, and what is great about that is you learn, you experience things, you create a new neural pathway that brings in the inspiration. When you have experiences that where you didn't succeed as you wanted to, those have taught you about courage and bravery. Remember, mistakes are simply information gathering. That's all it is. The less drama and guilt and shame you attach to the mistakes, the better you will be in the end. The experience is what matters. It's important to remember that resilience comes in handy once in a while, but it's also important to remember that generally it allows you to increase your levels of understanding. It allows you to create higher standards for yourself. So see it as a stepping stone, dear Leo. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I will see you soon.